What's up everyone, this is FP Sticks bringing you some more Go Battle League battles here in the Ultra Premier Cup, and these battles have been submitted to me by another content creator on YouTube and Twitch known as JRSKATR. Thank you very much for submitting this footage. He actually goes 5-0 running this team of Gallade, Lapras, and Charizard. And the very interesting thing about this team is that the movesets on his Pokemon are not super standard for Ultra Premier. His Gallade is running Leaf Blade and Synchronize as the charge moves. His Lapras, which looks like he's using as a safe swap here, is running Surf and Ice Beam. I actually really enjoy the moveset of Surf and Ice Beam if you're running Lapras as a safe swap, because you can really surprise those grass types. And then Charizard in the back, if I remember correctly, is running Wing Attack as the fast move, and then Dragon Claw and Blast Burn, pretty standard charge moves there. These battles are done at normal speed, so not sped up. So if you need to put the video in 1.5 times to watch these in sped up, you can go ahead and do that. But this is his 5-0 set, and I'm curious to see how he's going to play out some of these matchups with these unique movesets. So you saw that he swapped in his Lapras right off the bat and went for the Ice Beam first. I was going to try to get this final Surf off. If the Obstagoon lets this go through, Lapras most likely is going to be able to regain switch advantage or take a nice big shield advantage. So he's going to have to take the shield advantage. And then come in with Charizard, Wing Attack Charizard. We're going to see a nice farm down on this Obstagoon. I would assume just fast move it down the entire way. Night Slash isn't too threatening if the Obstagoon has not been boosted. Now Wing Attack is a 2-turn move instead of Fire Spin being a 3-turn move. And with Wing Attack you're going to get slightly more energy generation. And I really like that it's going to hit for neutral against things like Dragonite. It's going to hit for super effective against all the fighters, so you can use Charizard a little bit more as a flying type there, and then you still have the nuke move of Blast Burn. And as you can see right here, these Dragon Claws are really going to be able to chip away this Dragonite. Because JRSKATR was able to have a shield advantage, that he was going to be able to get some chip damage on that Dragonite, so he stores that energy. Stores the energy on his Charizard. Gonna go for the Leaf Blade here. Definitely could have had enough time to get to the Synchronize, especially since shields are down. And this is where not having close combat is a lot sketchier, because the lick damage from Snorlax is hitting Gallade for super effective damage. Gonna shield up the Body Slam. Remember, he has a Dragon Claw stored on his Charizard. But worst case scenario, the Dragonite is going to be able to farm down the Gallade. But it's so low that the Confusions are going to be able to take it out. Dragonite has to throw a move, and because there is a Dragon Claw stored on Charizard, this should be a pretty clean victory right there. Was able to come back from a negative lead, and Lapras, as that safe swap, was able to flip that Obstagoon matchup, which is really great. The Ice Beam did a little bit more chip damage than the Surf on that first move. So this is not the best matchup, especially since his Gallade is not running close combat. So it looks like he's going to try to catch... Oh, the opponent switches out. And this is where it's a little bit scary, because Tangrowth can actually beat Charizard if it lands a Rock Slide here in the 0 and 1 shield, especially when it has an energy advantage like this. So we're going to go for the Dragon Claw bait. It does not work, but this Tangrowth really needs to get out of here. We've already seen the Empoleon. Charizard might have to double shield here if he wants to farm down and then potentially Blast Burn the Empoleon. Gonna have to, gonna have to double shield, but Empoleon is gonna get so much hefty farm off of this Charizard. This is kind of a scary position here. Empoleon for sure comes back out. It already has a jump start on energy. And then you're gonna have to, gonna bait with the Dragon Claw. If this is a successful bait, this is a really nice play, because then he's going to be able to get to Blast Burn. Very nice recognition there. Going to throw another Dragon Claw bait here, and then switch into Lapras to try to absorb all this damage. Preserve the Charizard, Switch into Lapras. I like that play a lot, even though obviously this is not like a favorable matchup for Lapras. It preserves the Charizard in the back, and Lapras can tank this energy much better than Charizard or Gallade would. So even though these Drill Pecks are hitting for neutral damage, they don't chip that much. Gonna be throwing the Surfs here. Only hitting for single resisted damage, but the Ice Shards are hitting for double resisted because of Empoleon's Water and Steel typing there. So the opponent is choosing to stay in here, which means that there might be a Dragonite in the back. There could be a Togekiss in the back. Something that is weak to Lapras. Because even though this is technically a favorable matchup for Empoleon, all this energy is kind of going to waste when it's dumped on the Lapras here. And JRSKATR still has a very healthy Charizard. Okay, is an opposing Lapras in the back. This is pretty scary because JRSKATR does not have Skull Bash here. So I would imagine you switch into Gallade right here and start chipping away at this Lapras. Again, this is where not having close combat hurts it a little bit. Obviously, Leaf Blade is still going to hit for super effective damage. The opponent did not shield that, which is very surprising. This Surf should not KO, even though it's a Shadow Lapras. Gallade should barely survive this. Yep, able to get to this Surf. If the Lapras shields and farms down, that's scary. But JRSKATR can just bring his own Lapras in and again absorb all this damage. Man, Lapras is really going to be used as like just a damage sponge in this map, or in this match here. This is tough. Charizard's out of energy, but still very healthy. Gonna bring in Lapras. Just absorb the damage. And then honestly, if the switch clock is up, you could bring in Charizard and get a jump start on farm on this Lapras. But the switch clock is not quite up. Probably intentionally wants... Okay, gonna store a Surf and then able to wing attack it down. That's nice. Gonna be very close here, but this Dragon Claw should be just enough to take out this Empoleon, even though it's resisted damage. Solid game there. Using Lapras as the damage sponge to absorb all that farmed energy that the Empoleon had and preserving the Charizard was a really smart play there. Gallade into Machamp. Well, this is the dream scenario, but Charizard in the back running Wing Attack is also going to have play against this. So we're going to bring out the Lapras here. Lapras now gets to avoid the Machamp, which is really great. But this Alolan Muck has an energy advantage, so this is a little bit scarier for the Lapras. It could have been worth shielding up that first move, because typically the Alolan Muck always throws the heavier hitting move right off the bat, especially when they have the energy advantage. But we're going to have to see how important switch versus shield advantage is going to be in this matchup. Because all the Alolan Muck needs to do is land one more Sludge Wave, and it's going to take out the Lapras here. Probably worth a shield, but gets baited with the Dark Pulse, not super great. Again, that's why shielding up that first move sometimes tends to be a little bit safer, especially if you're trying to preserve switch advantage here. So it gets the shield from that Surf here, but now the Alolan Muck can just go straight Dark Pulse here, and Dark Pulse should be enough to take it out. Gonna double shield, but Lapras is not going to be able to outpace this Alolan Muck to the next move. So this is a little scary. I'm assuming the opponent lets this go, brings in Machamp, gets a pretty hefty farm. Yep. The nice thing is that Gallade is going to resist all of Machamp's moves. If this Lapras can get to a last second Surf, that's very clutch. Not able to do it, very unfortunate. But Gallade is a wall to all of Machamp's moves. In the back is an opposing Machamp. This game is not yet over. This is where having Wing Attack is nice in this mirror match. Look at how much more damage Wing Attack is outputting against this Charizard. Flying does not resist flying, so Wing Attack is hitting for neutral, whereas the opponent is only hitting for resisted damage with those Fire Spins. Gonna go straight for the Blast Burn here, not gonna bait. And the opponent lets it go through. Can JRSKATR Wing Attack it down? No, but Gallade is going to be able to get some farm off of this. And Gallade is such a solid response to the Machamp. This should be a good game, even though the opponent still has a shield. You could just double Leaf Blade here. Even if this Machamp is packing like close combat or something, because this is a non-shadow Gallade, should be just fine. The Machamp no shields that, so it's just going to get confusion down at this point. Even if it's like a double Rock Slide, I think Gallade is still fine, but Machamp doesn't have like a crazy amount of energy. Double Cross Chop, Gallade is for sure going to be able to survive that. This has got to be another Cross Chop. And because of that fighting and psychic damage, fighting and psychic typing, able to resist both Rock Slide and Cross Chop there. Good game. Alright, 3-0 in this set. 2 battles left here. Gallade into Gengar. So, in theory, this is a favorable matchup for Gallade just because the Confusions are hitting for massive damage. But Gengar can leave this matchup with a shield advantage easily, because the Gallade has to shield up this Shadow Punch. And depending on when the Gengar queues up these Shadow Punches, it's sometimes able to get off 2 Shadow Punches. But now, kind of a slow swap into Charizard, so this is a little bit scary. And JRSKATR's down a shield. This is definitely the Sludge Bomb here. Catches a Frenzy Plant. Oh, man. So Charizard can barely survive a Sludge Bomb from this range, I think. Just barely. I'm assuming the opponent might want a shield right here to guarantee that they get the Sludge Bomb off. Yep. Now, is this worth a shield? You could let the Charizard go, maybe farm with either Gallade or Lapras. Sludge Bomb is still not enough to KO. Over farming a little bit, smart play. Wing Attack and Vine Whip are the same move duration, so you can kind of time that with the Venusaur. Then the opponent lets the Venusaur down, still has switch advantage. Oh man, the Gengar is going to come out and get some farm though. That is not ideal. Do you bring out Lapras to soak up this damage? You're going to bring out the Gallade. The Confusion does not go through. We're getting some classic Go Battle lag. You love to see it. You're going to shield this. The opponent has to switch out to avoid the Confusion registering on the Gengar if they want to preserve this. Nope, they let the Gengar go. What is in the back? Blaziken. Holy cow, what is that team? That's pretty wild. Synchronoise going to go straight for the Synchronoise. We finally get to see it, and boom, it one-shots the Blaziken. Good game. Holy cow. Synchronoise coming in clutch at the end there. That would have actually been pretty scary because the Lapras would have had to take out that Blaziken in the back. But, okay, this is a horrible scenario here. Going to use Lapras as a safe swap. Out comes Toxicroak. So because of the energy advantage here, Lapras, in theory, should be able to get to 2 Surfs, especially if the opponent like throws a Mud Bomb instead of a Sludge Bomb. And then Lapras is going to be able to come out of this matchup with a shield advantage. Yeah, so the opponent is trying to counter all the way down. Toxicroak is going to have to go into a shield deficit here. Oh my gosh, these Ice Shards are doing so much. Toxicroak is a solid pick, but it's just so dang glassy. Oh my gosh. Okay, gets farmed down. Gallade can come out. The Confusion goes through. Gallade tanks any of these moves, even if it's a Sludge Bomb. I like this no shield here. Tank it just fine. Because you know that the Charmer is going to come back out. So how much use is Gallade actually going to have on this team? We don't know. Out comes Charizard. Okay, in the back is Alolan Muck. But this should be pretty straightforward. Commit your shields with on Charizard in this matchup here. Clefable at most is only going to be able to get to 1 charge move. And you really need to preserve the health on Charizard. Because the Charm fast move damage is really going to add up. Shields up the Dark Pulse. Probably going to have to commit a second shield. Oh, this is so unfortunate. You have to shield this. And then hopefully it did not register that he clicked the Blast Burn and he can farm a little bit. Oh, the lag. So definitely want to leave this matchup with a little bit of stored energy. You could even potentially undercharge this and try to wing attack down. Oh, no, full charge is good because you're going to be able to wing attack down anyways. Very nice. Just needs to hit this blast burn, and then this should be a good game there. Blast burn doesn't take out Clefable from this range, but the wing attack should, or the confusion from Gallade. Thank you very much, JRSKATR, for submitting this footage. You can really see how some of these like non-typical movesets came into play here. The Synchronoise one-shot on Blaziken was pretty nice. I really like the Ice Beam Surf combination on a safe swap Lapras. And the wing attack on Charizard is really nice against like the Dragonite matchups and the fighters. So thank you for submitting this footage. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you all in the next video.